Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. The clip that I just showed you, if you didn't know any better, you would think that what you just seen was all the makings of a hit. Okay, that's what it seemed like to me. Um, and what's even more surprising is that this was done in Canada. Okay, as you can see up here, I believe it says it was White Rock or something like that. Let me go back a little bit. I'll just go all the way back. Yeah, White Rock, British Columbia. Okay, and the reason why I'm showing this is because if you read the title, it says Trudeau's gun policy failure. Now, if anybody remembers, Justin Trudeau last year started this whole gun buyback program, and it basically everything ended up where he basically is confiscating everybody's guns, rifles, handguns, whatever the case is. Okay, just like a true dictator would take away the guns and then put the masses in cages and in concentration camps and stuff like that. I mean, that's the way it usually goes down. But before I continue, I just want to thank all my new subscribers and all my subscribers here on YouTube and on Rumble. So don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, and pass the channel around. Also, if you want to help support the channel, I'll leave a link in my description to my Cash App and PayPal and my merch store, TrueOutlawPatriot.com. So with that being said, the next two clips I'm going to show you from the news is even more mind-boggling than this, because if anybody knows that just because you put out all these laws, heavy gun laws and stuff like that, criminals will find a way to get their hands on the weapons that you are trying to take out of citizens' hands that have the right to protect themselves. But it just seems like people on the left, again, don't care about that. They don't care about the citizens. They don't care about keeping safety. They care about destruction. They care about giving criminals more access to do whatever they want. And that's all part of their plan. Okay? Start the chaos, initiate the chaos, and then pretend to come in like a knight, in shining armor on your white horse trying to save the day. But by then, too much damage is already done. So they just leave it as, what? Well, we're going to do this, this, and this. And again, it just doesn't work. So what I'm talking about is what the police chief in Toronto, Canada, is telling residents what to do now. And this will blow your mind. But let's continue.
CERP is telling residents, just let the thieves steal your car. Hi, I'm Brian Lilly, political columnist with the Toronto Sun. I wish the comments I just made there were satire, that it was a joke, The Onion, back when it used to be funny, but it's not. This is the real advice given recently to Etobicoke residents from the Toronto Police Service on how to deal with the rising and dangerous issue of car theft. We've all seen the numbers. Auto thefts in the GTA especially are through the roof. Why? Because organized crime gangs are paying young people to steal cars at $1,000 a pop. The cars are then loaded into shipping containers, sent to the port of Montreal, off to the Middle East or Africa somewhere where they're sold.
Okay, I'm going to stop real quick right there. Did you just hear what he said? That gangs are paying people in Canada, young people, to steal these cars. Then they put them on shipping containers and they send them to different countries. Now, if I didn't know any better, you would think that maybe he has, I don't know, but you would think that Justin Trudeau would reach out to these other countries, if this is true, and tell their leaders, listen, this is what's going on here, okay? What are you going to do about it on your end? Because obviously, they're not making it any easier for anyone, okay? I mean, it makes sense for them to hire young people to do it, because from what I've seen, the laws in Canada, a lot of these young people don't do prison time for Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so they'll just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. But once again, leave it up to the leftists anywhere in the world to come up with laws that embolden and give criminals carte blanche while everybody else suffers. But let's continue.
On the cheap, the thieves are making out like bandits on this, but sometimes they're behaving like bandits with home invasions. And that is what led Constable Marco Ricciardi in an Etobicoke event to make these comments. Now, this came to light due to a report by City TV where City TV just put this forward as if it was completely normal advice. Listen.
Possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door because they're breaking into your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else. A lot of them that they're arresting have guns on them, and they're not toy guns, they're real guns. They're loaded.
That's not normal advice. That is, in fact, outrageous advice, and we should all be furious that this is what the police are putting forward on the...
I mean, that's some total BS. How are you getting paid to protect and serve, and yet you're going to tell the people, just leave your keys or whatever it is at the front door just to make it easier for the criminal? And then what's next after that? Just leave your front door unlocked, and if people come in and just start taking your stuff, don't fight them. Just sit there and watch them take away all your possessions. And if one of them decides to, be a real hardcore criminal, if he decides to rape, I don't know, your wife, your kids, whatever, just sit there and take it like a man and watch the criminals do whatever they want with your family. Okay? Or your next door neighbor, or whatever the case is. I mean, this is ridiculous. For this cop to even go along with this narrative, to sit there and talk to these people and tell them this, it's beyond me. If I would have been sitting there, I would have started protesting right there and telling them, you just need to stop. Like, what the hell are you talking about? I mean, usually a cop will come out and say you need to, carry some mace or, get your gun permit, telling you how to protect yourself. These cops are telling people, no, just give up to the criminals. That's it. Just give up to them. Trudeau got all your guns. You can't do nothing to protect yourself. This is the next phase for the criminals to take over, because this is what the leftist agenda wants. But let's continue.
On the one hand, I understand what the constable is saying. Don't be a hero. If these armed guys show up at your door, don't try and stop them. They've got loaded guns, and chances are you don't. But at the same time, this should not be the answer. We need better responses from our police services. We need better responses from our different levels of government, including the federal government making it tougher for people to smuggle cars through the Port of Montreal, which right now, it's incredibly easy. It's simple. They don't expect outgoing traffic the way they do incoming traffic, and they don't have the scanners there that are needed to check the shipping containers. They need to fix that. We need tougher sentences for people who are stealing cars, because we know it's organized crime rings doing this, and they have no fear of going to jail. Plus, they're using young people under the age of 18 quite often who know that they will get no jail time at all. House arrest, maybe. It's all outrageous. But the idea that we should just give up to the thieves, as put forward by the Toronto Police Service, unacceptable. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous for them to come out like that, and all they're doing is emboldening young people to commit more crime. All they're doing is pissing off the residents, okay? And what's going to happen when enough people get upset and they start hurting these young people, like really bad? What, they're going to try to, flip the narrative around and say, well, they were minors. You had no right to touch them. You had no right to hurt them. People get fed up. They work hard for what they got. And you're going to go and give the green light to criminals to pretty much just do what they want? I mean, look at the new law that's coming out. I believe it's in Pittsburgh, okay, where they're telling people not to call after a certain time. I believe it's from like 3 a.m. till about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. If something's going down, if it's not a serious enough crime, don't call them because they won't respond. So all you're doing is helping these criminals figure out ways to keep getting away with the crime. Okay? It's horrible. I mean, it's in California, it's in New York, it's in Arkansas, where the public officials have put a certain amount on a price tag, basically, on a crime, that if you steal up until this much, it's a slap on the wrist. So you just embolden more people, more criminals, to go in droves and basically clean out a store. Okay? I wonder if places like Canada and other places here in the States, if they're willing to let people take out some sort of loss prevention insurance, okay, without having to pay for it. Because if you're telling criminals it's okay to do whatever it is that, whatever the hell it is, that they want to do, then who reimburses the victims? I mean, this is sick, but I'm gonna play the clip right now of what this the police chief said. Here we go.
To prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door, because they're breaking into your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else. A lot of them that they're arresting have guns on them, and they're not toy guns, they're real guns. They're loaded.
It's funny. It says, since the comment went viral, Toronto police walked back Ricciardi's, I guess how you pronounce this, well-meaning advice. What was so well-meaning about this advice? I mean, you're telling people to basically just lay down and get stepped on. Like, what in the world has happened to Canada? What has happened here in the States where all these leftists think that what they're doing is okay for society? But let's continue. It says the warnings come as Toronto police say break-ins related to car theft rose 400% in 2023. What's even the purpose of having a car anymore if this is what's going to be happening? I mean, the same thing is going on in Tennessee, where people are complaining that their cars are being broken into, being stolen, and Tennessee is basically just letting the criminals get away with it. Okay? I mean, I'm not understanding how any of these people are in the positions that they are. It's like, you obviously you've gotten voted in, they hired you, they gave you a job, and you don't care about the people that made that possible for you. Instead of taking more money and hiring more police officers, more security, give the people back the right for them to protect themselves, to stand their ground, to fight for what's theirs, damn it. I mean, like, what the hell? Do you actually think that this police chief or these politicians are going to do the same? No, they're going to fight back. You know why? Because they have the power to do so. But you're going to take away the power from the citizens, okay? Give it to the criminals and say, you know what? They're dangerous. Of course they're dangerous. And the more you embolden them to keep committing crimes, the more dangerous they're going to become. Like I said, what's next? Pass a law saying that, you know what, if a criminal comes into your house that's armed, don't protect your family. Watch him do whatever he wants or whatever they want to do to your family. Because, I mean, it's only a thought away for something like that to happen. Okay? I'll never understand how people keep voting these clowns in and not see that at some point something that they say or something that they do is going to come back and also bite you in the ass for voting for them. But yet they still do it. I never would have thought this would have gotten this bad. I mean, here in the States is one thing. I mean, we tackle with crime and violence all the time. But look at what they started with, defund the cops and all that. And now look at the way crime has skyrocketed in the blue states, in the blue cities. Okay? And now the same thing is going to happen in Canada? Or I should say has been happening? And it's funny how the car theft rose 400% in 2023, and that's when Trudeau started taking people's guns away. Taking away their right to keep and bear arms. I mean, how does any politician look at this and say, "Oh, don't worry about it. We did the right thing"? No, you did not. You did not. You made it worse for the people, and you made it easier for the criminals. I mean, this is just ridiculous. And my heart goes out to the people in Canada for having to deal with these tyrants. The same way we got to deal with the tyrant here in America. Now Canada's got to deal with the tyrants also. But anyway, that's what I got for you. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, pass the channel around. If you want to help support the channel, I'll leave a link in my description to my Cash App and PayPal and my merch store. And also, I'm trying to get up to 600 subscribers, so that'll help greatly if you can do that also. And if anybody has any more information of this coming out, because it's definitely not hitting the mainstream media the way it should, let me know. Leave me a link or something in my comments area. And remember, people, stay vigilant, keep praying for each other, keep praying for this country, and pray for the people in Canada. Peace.